everybody, Erica Serwin here, and today I'm going to show you an oldie but goodie project. This is a little Frankenstein box that I am selling at my craft sale this year. I used to make these out of the French fry box. This year I'm changing it up a little and using the popcorn, our new popcorn box, and he's really cute. And I also want to point out something that we have that makes perfect Frankenstein hair and perfect Frankenstein bolts for his head. Okay, so let's get started. First off, I am using Cucumber Crush for my Frankenstein. I like that green, and I think it's perfect for him. So you're going to need to cut 2 of your Frankensteins out, 2 of your popcorn boxes. He's not Frankenstein yet. And I'm going to put one aside because I'm going to burnish the score lines on this one, and I'm going to decorate this one as his face. It doesn't matter which one you choose. They're the same. Okay, so for his hair, we have a new Thinlits set that I adore. It's the Home Sweet Home Thinlits, and it makes these cute little houses. It's on page 40 of your holiday catalog. And this one right here makes the little roof. Well, it also makes the perfect Frankenstein hair. So here it is. This is what it looks like. And so I have cut the perfect Frankenstein hair out of basic black. Now I do want to tell you guys that when you are making a 3D project, I know I preach this to you all the time, please make sure you use a really strong adhesive like Fast Fuse or tear and tape. Otherwise, it's just going to fall apart. Now let's see, scissors. All right, now you can see that he's a little bit too long, his hair, so I'm going to turn him over and just trim that off. Now for the bolts, I used the Plus from our Letters Thinlit collection. It's called Large Letter Framelits, and it's in the main catalog. And it's a big purchase, and it's a great one to get with your hostess benefits or your half price item. But I'm using the little Plus from there and the silver foil paper. So I already cut 2 of those out, and I'm just going to trim off one edge. Oh, and I do want to show you another one that I saw this morning that I thought would make a cute bolt right here. For this set, the Shake and Celebrate, the shaker shaped framelit, I think the little cake stand too would look cute in his head as a bolt. I know these are funny, weird things, right, that we're talking about. All right, I'm going to put his bolt right there. And this one, I want him to hang off the side because Frankenstein has those bolts on the side of his head. Okay, now for his eyes, 3 punches that I use, the 1 inch, the 3/4, and the 1/2. So the Cucumber Crush is the 1 inch, and then the Whisper White is the 3/4 inch. And I would normally just use my liquid adhesive for this, but for the sake of the video, I'm using my glue dots because it takes a little while to dry. All right, and then I kind of like to make him look silly so he's kind of cross-eyed. So I'm going to stick those 1/2 inch black dots like that. And then I'm going to take my chalk marker and put a shine on his eye, on both coming in the same direction because the light source would be coming from the same direction. And then I'm also going to give him a little sparkle with my Wink of Stella clear, like that. Okay, so now we're going to put these on with dimensionals. And he's a little monster, so I'm going to just make him kind of weird with his eyes at different heights. One a little bit lower like that. Well, maybe that's a little bit too low, like that. All right, now the next thing you need to do, or give him some eyebrows. And I'm gonna tell you guys that all I do is take a piece of basic black and I just cut off some skinny rectangles. And I think that one's a little bit too skinny, so let's cut 2 more. Just, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch. And I give them some angles. And put them on right above. And I do want that behind that bolt like that. His bolts always get in the way of his eyes. Maybe I should put them lower. I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter because he's still cute. Let's see. Let me get this guy where I want it. There, that's cute. All right, now I'm going to take my basic black Stampin' Right marker and I'm going to give him some stitching. Just a line with 3 lines or 2 lines, depending on how big the area is. And then I'm going to use the other end. I use the skinny end for that, and I'm going to use the other end to just give him a silly little grin. You could also do, I did a straight face on here. All right, and that's it. So let's put it together. Make sure you have burnished those lines. And I'm going to use tear and tape for this because I feel like I have a little bit better control with a tear and tape. And I don't want to get fast fuse everywhere on this project. Now when you put these together, here you can see the bottoms. You want to just do a pattern, short, long. So we're going to put the short one next and then a long one. That's how it goes together. Line that up. Make sure I get it in the right area. Oops, we've got some tape sticking out. Like that. And let's burnish these guys. And come over here and put some more tape. Oops, let's see. This one has a tab, a side tab. So that means I need to put the tape over here. You could put the tape on the tab too. Or your fast fuse. I think the liquid adhesive would be fine for this also, but I make a huge mess with liquid adhesive, so I only use that in very tiny places. Now there's a fancy way to put this box together, but I like that saying, ain't nobody got time for that. I just am gonna add some adhesive on these larger tabs. Let's see, like that. Put one there and one there, and I'm gonna close it. Because I mean, really, who's gonna be looking at the bottom of your box? There is a really fancy way. You can look it up. Stampin' Up shows it on their video, on their popcorn box video. And there he is. All right, so what about what I put in there? You guys always ask. These are Rice Krispie Halloween treats. This is the 3rd year I have found these. I've seen them at every grocery store, Walmart, HB, and Target in their Halloween section. I put it in a 6x8 cello bag and shove it down in there, and I just put some of our Cucumber Crush striped ribbon. And the last thing I did was I used a Spooky Treat for You from the Jar of Haunts, stamped it in basic black on Whisper White, cut it out with an oval Thinlit, and then put the layering scalloped Thinlit behind it in basic black. And I'm just going to put a dimensional in here and just kind of tuck that underneath that ribbon. And that's all you need. All right, you guys, well, let me know what you think and if you have any questions. And I hope you get some more use out of your little roof Thinlit there. Thanks for checking it out. Bye.